Selamat sore dan selamat datang kepada rekan-rekan media. Terima kasih atas kehadirannya di acara virtual press conference Magister Raffaelo Video Art Installation Exhibition. Pameran ini merupakan bagian dari hubungan bilateral antara Italia dan Indonesia, serta dihadirkan dalam rangka mengenang 500 tahun meninggalnya Raffaello Sanzio, atau yang lebih dikenal sebagai Rafael pada tahun 2020 silam. Rafael Sanzio da Urbino, atau Rafael, adalah seorang pelukis dan arsitek terkenal dari Italia. Rafael menetapkan tonggak zaman Renaissance sebagai periode seni yang menjadi kiblat banyak pelaku seni di seluruh dunia sepanjang masa. Kali ini karyanya dipamerkan dalam eksibisi instalasi seni video Magister Raffaelo. Magister Raffaelo dikuratori oleh arsitekto Claudius Trinati, seorang ahli sejarah seni dalam lukisan Renaissance, patung, dan pameran yang bekerja sama dengan proyek Federico Trinati III dalam format pameran Great Masters oleh Magister Art. Pameran instalasi seni video ini terbagi dalam 6 tema, yaitu Intro Identity, Inhabiting Spaces, Finding Balance, Portraits, Sacred and Profane Subject, The Papal Apartments, Utopia and Power. Salah satu karyanya yang terkenal, The School of Athens, turut ditampilkan dalam eksibisi ini. Pengunjung dapat membaca narasi dan menyimak video dari karya seni di semua area tematik dengan nyaman melalui aplikasi di smartphone yang didedikasikan untuk pameran ini, yaitu Magister Art, yang dapat diunduh di App Store dan Play Store. Silakan teman-teman media untuk mengunduh aplikasi ini, karena nanti kita akan mencoba bersama. Magister Raffaelo terbuka untuk umum mulai besok, tanggal 25 Februari hingga 31 Maret 2022 di Ciputra Artpreneur Gallery. Untuk mengetahui lebih banyak lagi mengenai pameran Magister Raffaelo, telah hadir di tengah kita His Excellency Benedetto Latteri, Ambassador of Italy to Indonesia, Ibu Rina Ciputra Sastrawinata, Presiden Direktur Ciputra Artpreneur, Mrs. Maria Battaglia, Cultural Attaché of the Embassy of Italy, and Director of Italian Culture Institute Jakarta, yang bergabung bersama kita secara virtual, Mrs. Yelena Jovanovic, General Manager, Head of Content and Editorial Strategy Magister Art, yang juga bergabung bersama kita secara virtual, dan nantinya juga akan bergabung Ibu Dolorosa Sinaga, Perupa dan Pengajar di FSRD IKJ, dan Miss Michaela Anselmini, Art Restorer. Dalam acara ini, kami menyediakan pilihan bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Inggris melalui fitur Language Interpretation. Jadi silakan teman-teman media memilih sesuai kebutuhan. Bagi rekan-rekan media yang ingin bertanya, kami persilakan untuk menuliskan pertanyaan di chat box dengan format sebagai berikut: nama, media, narasumber, dan pertanyaannya. Contohnya, Lawrence Chandra, Media Seni Indonesia. Pertanyaannya adalah ke Miss Maria Battaglia, dan pertanyaannya adalah apakah pameran akan diadakan di kota lain selain Jakarta. Kami akan membacakan pertanyaan Anda di sesi tanya jawab nanti. Untuk memulai acara kita pada hari ini, saya akan mempersilahkan His Excellency Benedetto Latteri, Ambassador of Italy to Indonesia, untuk menyampaikan welcoming speech. To start our press conference, I would like to invite His Excellency Benedetto Latteri, Ambassador of Italy to Indonesia, to deliver his welcoming speech.
Thank you. I like to acknowledge Ms. Rina Ciputra Sastrawinata, President Director of Ciputra Artpreneur, which hosts this exhibition in this wonderful setting. I like also to acknowledge Yelena Jovanovic, General Manager of Magister Art, who has realized this unprecedented journey of in Raffaello's life. Let me acknowledge also Ms. Maria Battaglia, the director of the Italian culture in Jakarta, who is not with us today, but she is joining online, and she's the one who's really wanted this exhibition here in Jakarta. I also want to acknowledge Ms. Dolorosa Sinaga, a renowned artist in Indonesia, and Mrs. Michela Anselmini, an art restorer who is doing a wonderful job with a lot of important Indonesia piece of art. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The Embassy of Italy and the Italian Cultural Institute in Jakarta are very proud to present today in Jakarta the video art installation exhibition Magister Raffaelo, produced by Magister Art. The project Magister Raffaelo is one of the main cultural proposals of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation in Italy to celebrate the 500 years anniversary of the demise of the great master. Raffaello, as many of you can know, he died on 6th April 1520. Because of COVID, this exhibition has been postponed. In fact, the exhibition has been traveling around the world in the meantime, since September 2020. This exhibition has been shown in Vietnam, in Austria, in South America, in Central America, and has been attracted so far almost 50,000 visitors. Now this exhibition returned to Asia, here in Indonesia, for the eighth step in this world tour. Raffaello was the master painter and architect of the Italian High Renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth. It was a fervent period of European cultural, artistic, political, and economic rebirth, following the Middle Ages, which has been considered the dark moment, the dark age from a cultural point of view. And Renaissance is spanning more or less between the 14th and the 16th century. Renaissance is credited to bridging the gap between these two periods, Middle Age and the modern day civilization. A French painter, Eugène Delacroix, said that Raffaello was the earthly manifestation of a soul speaking to the gods. As a matter of fact, many artists after him over the time are defined Raffaello as the absolute model of perfection. Raffaello was one of the three famous masters of Italian Renaissance, a contemporary of other two giants, Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. Imagine what a clash of titans in a span of 20-30 years only. Raffaello, for its side, is famous above all for paintings. The masterpieces such as the School of Athens, you already mentioned, and many Madonnas. And by all accounts, for his large figure composition, especially in the Vatican. His work is admired for clarity, for ease of composition, and the visual achievement of the Neoplatonic ideal of human grandeur, the human might which prevail over the spirituality which was very important during the Middle Age. All these elements have influenced artists of all generations. I will leave to Mrs. Jelena Jovanovic, the General Manager, Head of Content and Editorial Strategy of Magister Art, to later illustrate better than me the importance of originality of the master. Lastly, I would like to end this introduction with a personal note. Actually, allow me two personal notes. First, I think that this exhibition offers to us the occasion to reflect on the importance that cultural heritage has for any country, its citizens and communities, the need for its protection, restoration sometimes, and valorization. For this, I need to turn the page. I want to add that if people today are able to appreciate this wonderful masterpiece, is due to the attention given to their preservation as part of the national cultural heritage, for the transfer to future generations of the memory of a national identity, a sense of community and belonging to its territory. In a word, to promote and develop culture. On this topic, later on, our special guests, Dolorosa Sinaga and Michaela Alselmini, will elaborate further. And on this note, let me add also that I, as a diplomat, as a citizen, as a father, I would like that culture will prevail on war. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Berikutnya kita akan simak bersama sambutan dari Ibu Rina Ciputra Sastrawinata, Presiden Direktur Ciputra Artpreneur. Silakan Ibu Rina.
Selamat sore rekan-rekan media. Saya sudah rindu untuk ketemu bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu semua, tapi berhubung masih pandemik, kita bertemu saja secara online. Saya melihat memang acara ini akan dilakukan dalam bahasa Indonesia, tetapi demi supaya Bapak Ambasador bisa mengerti apa yang saya sampaikan, saya siapkan pidato singkat saya dalam bahasa Inggris. Yeah. Greetings and good afternoon to the Ambassador of Italy, to the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Master Benedetto Latteri, Director of Italian Culture Institute, Mrs. Marta Battaglia. I'm happy that I have met you a few days ago. Mrs. Jelena Jovanovic, GM of Magister Art, the curator, Mr. Claudio Strinati, Ibu Dolorosa Sinaga is an old friend of my father and also me, our senior artist and sculptor from Indonesia, and Mrs. Michaela Anselmini, the art restorer. Teman-teman dari media, selamat sore lagi. Saya senang sekali bahwa hari ini saya dapat menyampaikan ini. Ciputra Artpreneur has been closely related to Italy since its inception in 2010. Under the leadership of my late father, Dr. Insinyur Ciputra, we selected Binoy to be the interior consultant, who then appointed Mrs. Corina Ballarini as the acoustic specialist. Later on, we appointed Mr. Avio Mattiosi, who becomes a very good friend of mine, as a lighting consultant. And then, of course, whenever you have interior, you need some materials. Where do you get your marble? Of course, the majority will be from Italy. I think we all know about that. Throughout the years, we have presented 3 shows in our theater. The first one is Traviata by Artemis Dance. That was in June 2015. Followed by Ia Bialaci, a tribute to Fellini, also by the same group. That is in October 2016. And the last is the Pavarotti Forever in November 2016. In 2012, we initiated an art exhibition called Beyond the Ace, a gaze on Indonesia contemporary art. That we are the first one who bring over 14 Indonesian artists to do exhibition in Macro Museum in Rome. Yeah, so we were very happy because it was the first public exhibition done by Indonesian institution, which is us. And in that same year, I was very humble to be awarded with the Ordine della Stella di Italia Classic Cavaliere from the Italian government, which was presented by Italian ambassador at that time, Mr. Federico Failla, for our role in strengthening the Italian-Indonesian relationship in the arts. And now, it is a dream comes true, since for the past 2 years, in a way, my place has been in coma. Yeah, because of the pandemic, we were not allowed to do any exhibition. So it was a dream comes true that finally this show came to our place. So I would like to really express my gratitude to Mr. Benedetto Lateri and also to Mrs. Maria Battaglia and to the curator, with all the tireless effort and determination to make this exhibition happen, apart from all the challenges. So I hope this exhibition will not be the last one. I'm looking forward for many, many events coming through, especially after what you see, we have built up a very close relationship with the Italian Embassy for the past 12 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Terima kasih banyak Ibu Rina. Baik, kita akan melanjutkan. Acara selanjutnya adalah kita akan menyimak dari Ibu Maria Battaglia. Beliau adalah Cultural Attaché of Embassy of Italy and Director of Italian Culture Institute di Jakarta untuk menyampaikan sambutannya. I would like to invite Ms. Maria Battaglia, Cultural Attaché of the Embassy of Italy and Director of Italian Culture Institute Jakarta to deliver your speech. Please, Ibu Maria. Hello, Ibu. Can you hear us?
Excellency Ambassador. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear
Please.
me?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly. Thank you.
Thank you. Excellency Ambassador Benedetto Lateri, Mrs. Fiorina Ciputra Sastrominata, President Director of Ciputra Entrepreneur, Mrs. Elena Jovanovic, General Manager, Head of the Content and the Editorial Strategy of Magister Art, Mrs. Dolorosa Naga, artist, Mrs. Michela Anselmini, art restorer. Good afternoon. First of all, let me convey my deep gratitude to Mrs. Relina Ciputra and to Magister Art for making possible this extraordinary event. I wish as well to extend my warmest thanks to Embassy of Italy for the support to organize the exhibition and to my team of Italian Culture Institute, who, thanks to their spirit of service and their commitment, made possible the realization of this very original but complex exhibition. Special thanks to Incamaris Association and also to our media partners, Compass and Metro TV, and to Hotel Raffles, Hotel Ciputra, The Ascot, Intercontinental Hotel Pondok Indah, and Mall Pondok Indah. So, Magister Raffaelo is a part of our cultural program, which foresees the promotion of Italian identity and culture in Indonesia, and which involves building bridges between people and culture. We chose this exhibition because, firstly, it is an innovative format conceived by Magister Art in the light of ever greater attention to environment sustainability and the opportunities offered by the digital transformation. But because also this innovative solution developed during the lockdown 2020 allowed to bring Italian art to any location the world over. We consider Raffaello, like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, three great masters of the Renaissance, a mondial heritage. The Raffaello works are indeed in many countries in the world, not only in Italy. And with the Magister Raffaello, the reproductions representing the painter's artistic path, made using sophisticated digital techniques, place the viewer virtually in front of the original work. Masterpieces like the School of Athens are reproduced in their original dimensions. This overall vision provides an extraordinary vantage point for understanding Raffaello's creative genius. And secondly, this exhibition is unique. We have the possibility to experience the rich emotions triggered by seeing all the masterpieces of Raffaello without having to travel across the continent, but also by Magister app available in 5 languages: Italian, Indonesian, English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Visitors can listen to or read the story narrated in the exhibition videos. A few words before the end of my speech, I inform you that in conjunction with the exhibition, we'll organize during the next months some activities around the Italian art, around Raffaello, some meetings, and play also workshop with the children. children about drawing, about painting, color. And especially we organized seminar on the protection and the artistic and historical heritage. So stay tuned. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Ibu Maria. Teman-teman, sekali lagi kami ingin mengingatkan bagi rekan-rekan media yang ingin bertanya untuk menulis pertanyaan di chat box dengan format nama, media, narasumber, dan pertanyaan. Baiklah, setelah kita mendengarkan sambutan dari Ibu Maria, kini kita akan menyimak penjelasan mengenai konsep pameran Magister Raffaelo yang akan disampaikan oleh Mrs. Yelena Yovanovic, General Manager, Head of Content and Editorial Strategy, Magister Art. Now I would like to invite Ms. Yelena Yovanovic, General Manager, Head of Content and Editorial Strategy, Magister Art, to explain more about the exhibition concept.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, it is an honor for Magister Raffaello and myself to participate today to the inauguration of the Magister Raffaello exhibition. Here with you today, despite the necessity to limit the traveling abroad, we feel as we are in Jakarta, thanks to the promotion of the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, of great collaboration and availability that the Italian Embassy in Jakarta, the Italian Cultural Institute, and Cultura Artpreneur Gallery have given us here in Italy to set up this exhibition remotely. And above all, for the possibility to share the universal values of art. Therefore, in the name of Renato Saporito, the CEO and founder of our company, and the whole Magister Art team, as well as of the curator, Professor Claudio Strinati, I wish to express gratitude to His Excellency Benedetto Latteri, Mrs. Rina Ciputra Sastriwanata, and Miss Maria Battaglia. The Magister Raffaello exhibition was conceived from the very beginning so that it could reach its audience in every part of the world. Culture will always be lived in presence and live, but in times and places where this is not possible, it can be provided and enjoyed through innovative tools and innovative services within everyone's reach. Now, a few words about our method and our innovation. Magister Art is a digital native company, leader in the sector of communication, promotion, and enhancement of Italian cultural heritage. We explore the potential of technological tools to create cultural contents that stand out on one side for the high scientific value, and on the other for the experimentation of new languages and new media. As you will see in the exhibition, we create total cognitive experiences that aim to be inclusive and participative for even more heterogeneous and distant audiences. Our exhibitions are not created to replace or substitute the physical enjoyment of original works of art, but to complement them, to offer a narrative that is as authentic as possible, to reconstruct historical context, to convey understanding and be enjoyed by everyone outside the original museum context. Also, to deliver it to the future by performing research, study, and exhibition functions. At the same time, it favors the protection of works of art, especially for works of art that cannot be moved or for those exposed to greater risk if handled, offering solutions for what concerns transport and related risks. The augmented narration and audiovisual and digital narratives dedicated to Raphael, the great master of Urbino, is implemented by technological and multimedia tool and the scenographic setup and staging components. The public will be able to immerse themselves in the historical, cultural, and artistic context of the Italian Renaissance, and to understand in the smallest details the great masterpieces from the collections of the most important Italian and international museums through a total experimental cognitive experience that amplifies all the perceptive tools of the visitors with the use not only of innovative technologies, but also thanks to different media and creative and transdisciplinary contamination of different languages. For example, visual, sound, narrative, and scenographic. The main theme of the exhibition is the journey of Raphael's life, a physical journey from his motherland Urbino to his masterland Rome, but also metaphysical inner journey from the known to the unknown. The concept of the journey lays at the very foundations of the Italian Renaissance education that was based on the discovery of sciences, of new markets, and long-distance exchanges, but mostly on the research and protection of beauty and harmony that transformed artisans into artists. The exhibition will lead you through the journey that Raphael undertook at the age of 14, discovering places and people that fueled his creativity and curiosity, and that in a very short time increased his fame and his influence. A journey that profoundly shaped the global future of the arts, mapping a new world, the one that Italy has celebrated in the occasion of the 500th anniversary of his death. The exhibition journey retraced the cities of Raphael's patrons and of the Great Commissions through his most significant works. It starts with his hometown Urbino, then Città di Castello, where a 16-year-old Raphael receives a major commission from an important citizen, being him already at the head of a workshop. Then continues to Florence for his both religious and secular commissions of portraits by Popolo Grosso, wealthy merchant, bankers, family from Florence. And then ends up in Rome, where Raphael was called by the Pope Julius II for institutional commissions to work on what will become the most famous Raphael rooms today within the Vatican museums. Rome, a city where he fully expressed his exceptional talent and where his life suddenly ended at only 37 years of age. What makes Raphael a master of narratives is one fundamental aspect. He recognized the importance of the role of the viewer at the time of the work's execution. By representing pathos and gestural communication, he reconstructed the act of performance. Raphael was head of a big workshop that was active in an extensive territory with a wide set of assistants, and it was a real enterprise. He introduced an innovative working method based on preliminary drawings and the execution by a team. Whether the patrons were secular or religious, and the arts were for private or public display, the art market was to a large extent competitive. And most probably an important factor of the artistic innovation of Renaissance was also of economic nature, therefore linked to his patrons and commissions. Raphael was a man of his time, a full man of Renaissance, engaged in the research and the protection of beauty and harmony in all his activities, from his paintings, drawings, tapestries, and architectural design to the performance of his role as prefect for the antiquities of the state of the church. He contributed to a full awareness of the need to safeguard the cultural heritage. Now, all the contents that you will see in the exhibition are created in full collaboration with scientific committees of international importance, and therefore with the utmost scientific and academic accuracy. The exhibition is curated by Claudio Strinati with the contribution of leading international experts in Raphaelesque studies. This content creation implies a fluid creative approach and sees the involvement of many different professionals, art historians, musicians, writers, actors, directors, set designers, architects. The soundscape was created based on the music specially composed by Maestro Antonio Fresa, composer and author of award-winning music also for cinema. The exhibition is accessible through a special app available in Indonesian language, of course, but also in Italian, English, Spanish. With the app, there is also two distinct paths, one for the adults and one for children. This one is enriched by original text and illustrations by Eva Montanari, author and illustrator who since 2000 has been publishing children's books all over the world. The exhibition setup is composed by 6 thematic areas that constitute the exhibition itinerary. Each area is characterized by its own scenography and contents. We are particularly keen in promoting connections and exchanges between the art of the past and the creativity of today through custom projects of contemporary art, as one of the keys to narrate a universal cultural heritage that is a heritage of all humankind through space and time. In fact, through the exhibition, the public will be able to see the work of Karnowski, Milan-based art and design duo that recoded and reinterpreted some of the Raphael's works in RGB, red, green, blue color values, as you have seen in some previous slides. This exhibition is touring the world, and Ciputra Artpreneur Gallery in Jakarta is the 8th stop since we started in September 2020. This is made possible thanks to the technological, scenic, and soundscape exhibition solutions created around the needs of the audience, therefore allowing the exhibition to reach the visitor and not vice versa. We have in fact conceived and designed Magister Art Box, an innovative exhibition design solution conceived for traveling exhibitions, adaptable to exhibition spaces of different nature, both in terms of size and architectural elements. Each stage, therefore, has its own exhibition created in a unique configuration. During the first lockdown in the early 2020, we have further developed the Magister Art Box system to allowing sustainable management of the exhibition assembly, setup, and dismantling processes, which can be completely coordinated remotely and can be carried out on site. Today, the Magister Raffaelo exhibition traveled without waste elements, confirming our renewed attention to challenge of digital transformation and environmental sustainability. At the bottom of the commitment of Magister Art is the belief that beauty must necessarily be witnessed and disseminated, and that the unparalleled wealth of the Italian cultural heritage is a powerful vehicle for promoting universal and contemporary cultural sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comprehensive explanations, Yelena. Teman-teman melengkapi penjelasan dari Mrs. Yelena Jovanovic, berikut adalah video Magister Raffaelo yang akan menceritakan sekilas tentang Sang Maestro Rafael dan sejumlah mahakaryanya. Selamat menyaksikan.
Here is the famous Raphael. When he lived, nature feared to be overcome by him, and while he was dying, it feared to die. The story of an artist gifted by nature with extraordinary talent, contemporary to the greatest of the Renaissance. A man in search of the high ideal of serenity and beauty. A metaphorical journey through his work, in the places and the wonderful stories he lived. An enchanting tale among philosophy, theology, architecture, and science. Magister Raffaelo.
Seperti telah saya sampaikan di awal, pengunjung pameran Magister Raffaelo dapat membaca narasi dan menyimak video dari karya seni di semua area tematik dengan nyaman melalui aplikasi di smartphone yang didedikasikan untuk pameran ini, yaitu aplikasi Magister Art yang akan kita coba bersama penggunaannya. Bagi rekan-rekan media yang belum mengunduh, silakan langsung ke App Store atau ke Play Store untuk mengunduh sekarang juga aplikasi Magister Art. Ada pilihan guide untuk teman-teman, apakah ingin memilih untuk guide dewasa atau untuk anak-anak. Dan juga ada pilihan bahasanya, dan bahasa Indonesia juga termasuk di dalamnya. Sehingga teman-teman tidak perlu repot lagi untuk mengerti apa yang diceritakan di sana. Di dalam aplikasi ini, selain ada panduan audionya, juga ada navigasi yang mudah. Sehingga teman-teman bisa melakukan navigasi sesuai dengan area yang didatangi, mendengarkan penjelasan-penjelasannya, kemudian ada fakta-fakta pendalaman yang bisa dilakukan dan dicari di sana, dan selain itu bisa berinteraksi untuk memberikan pengalaman-pengalaman mengunjungi pameran ini di media sosial Anda. Nah, untuk lebih jelasnya kita akan menyaksikan video tutorial berikut ini mengenai aplikasi Magister Art. Baik, sekarang tiba saatnya saya membacakan pertanyaan-pertanyaan dari rekan-rekan media yang sudah masuk. Pertanyaan pertama saya mungkin akan tujukan kepada Mr. Ambassador. The question will be what messages you are conveying through this exhibition, Mr. Ambassador?
In its basic, which is genius, art, culture has to be developed, has to be protected, fostered, supported in many ways all over the world. The message in a more elaborated way is that expanding the knowledge, expanding culture is something that can be beneficial for every single man in this world. There is another element, which is the Italian great, huge cultural heritage is a soft power for the Italian government to reach out all partners and friendly country in the world. The role of the Institute of Culture in Jakarta is to promote Italian culture to the Indonesian public. Today we are doing this, and we hope to foster these messages.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Ibu Rina, pertanyaan yang akan saya sampaikan ke Bu Rina, apa makna pameran Magister Raffaelo ini untuk Ciputra Artpreneur?
keberadaan daripada pameran ini merupakan bagian daripada visi yang kami impikan, yang saya tanamkan, bahwa ini merupakan tempat bagi kita semua untuk melakukan pembelajaran, dan belajar itu tidak hanyalah cukup kalau hanya dari negara kita sendiri, tapi kita juga harus belajar dari negara lain. Dan kita semua tahu bahwa Italia itu mempunyai heritage culture yang sangat besar dan sangat bermutu, yang memang tidak bisa dipungkiri bahwa memang mereka memang ahlinya lah dalam bidang Renaissance art. Jadi kami itu dalam hal melakukan pameran, apakah itu pameran di galeri, apakah itu pertunjukan di teater, ada beberapa percentage yang kami sisihkan bukan hanya sebagai entertainment, bukan hanya lebih dari segi komersil, tapi harus ada unsur kreativitasnya dan harus ada unsur seni budayanya. Dan itulah yang kami dapatkan di Magister Raffaelo ini. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Baik, berikutnya there's a question for Yelena. The question is, do you have any tips on how to enjoy the exhibition, Magister Raffaelo? And what is the do and don'ts during the exhibition if you want to enjoy the exhibition?
Well, actually, there are not any don'ts. So you can really immerse yourself in what is the essence of this exhibition. So it is an invitation for a journey. So just to open your minds and your hearts to the art that probably is not only chronologically, but also in other senses different from what was culturally and artistically produced in Indonesia at the same period. So to open all the curiosity and imagination to be immersed in a narration that can touch not only a mental and cognitive values of great master, but all the senses that can be touched thanks to the music, thanks to the colors, thanks to a path that really leads you, as Raphael was having his own journey from his early age until his death. So take Raphael by hand and let yourself guide through the journey of this exhibition. No, how do you say, counter effects are foreseen.
Thank you very much, Yelena. There's a question
Welcome.
for Ibu Maria from Putri IDN Media. A part of the exhibition itself, is there any other programs that will be done during the exhibition? For example, like any art classes for Indonesian artists or webinar or anything? Can you explain, Ibu?
We are going to program about a seminar and with the expert about Italian art from also Magister Art, and also about Renaissance, and another seminar about restoration, conservation and valorization by restoration. I think it's a theme important also for Indonesian heritage, isn't it?
Yep.
I think. Michaela, I think is more able than me to talk about this theme. And also we organize some workshop during the next months with the children about art, color, drawing, painting, so on.
Oke, thank you Ibu Maria. Jadi tadi kalau sempat terputus akan ada beberapa kegiatan termasuk workshop untuk anak-anak yang mencintai seni dan juga akan ada kelas mengenai restorasi. Kita bisa mendapatkan informasinya ketika teman-teman datang ke Ciputra Art Gallery. Baik, terima kasih untuk pertanyaan dari rekan-rekan media. Untuk mengakhiri sesi tanya jawab ini, saya ingin mendapatkan closing statement dari His Excellency Benedetto Latteri. Mr. Ambassador, can you give your closing statement?
Yes, with pleasure. With pleasure because for us at the embassy at the Institute, this is probably the major cultural program cultural project of the program of this year in Indonesia. So we are expecting to reach as many as possible people, cultural institution in Indonesia with the substance which is a great master, Raffaello, and also high technology at the service of this master to be communicated, distributed, and presented to the large audience, to the largest audience. So thank you again to Rina Cipruta for this occasion to work with us. Thanks to all the people who has made possible today this presentation and afterwards do the opening. And I hope to see you as many as possible in this wonderful gallery. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. Teman-teman jangan kemana-mana dulu karena setelah ini saya akan mengobrol dengan Ibu Della Rosa Sinaga dan Ibu Michaela Anselmini. Tetapi sebelum itu kita akan mengadakan foto bersama terlebih dahulu dengan para narasumber. I would like to invite His Excellency and Ibu Rina Ciputra. Baik, I would like also to invite Ms. Maria Batagia, Yelena, and also Michaela to join in through their respective camera so that we can have picture together. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Selamat sore Ibu Dolorosa, apa kabar?
Belum terlalu baik, tetapi kita usahakan.
Belum terlalu baiknya, kenapa nih Bu?
Karena Jakarta
masih lagi pandemi gini ya, Bu, ya?
masih harus berjuang untuk mendapatkan kesehatan.
Ya betul sekali. Bu, tapi dalam kondisi yang seperti ini ada sebuah pameran yang luar biasa, yang sangat langka buat kita semua di Indonesia, yang hadir nih di Jakarta, Bu. 500 tahun meninggalnya Magister Raffaelo, dan hadir di Ciputra Art Manor dari tanggal 25 Februari sampai tanggal 31 Maret. Nah, apa makna atau apa istimewanya pameran ini bagi pecinta seni di Indonesia, Ibu?
Bagi mereka yang barangkali pernah terakses memahami sejarah seni rupa Barat, di mana tonggaknya salah satunya ya seni rupa modern gitu, adalah 3 seniman dari masa puncak Renaissance abad ke-16, pertengahan abad ke-16. Nah, 3 orang itu bisa dilihat sebagai milestone bagi banyak orang ya, sampai sekarang saya pikir. Nah, buat orang yang mengerti dan pernah tahu sejarahnya dan betapa sulitnya untuk melihat karyanya, karena di banyak museum, tapi semuanya kan tersebar di seluruh dunia ya, di banyak kota besar gitu. Tapi sekarang kita mendapat peluang di mana pusat kebudayaan Italia sudah mengupayakan bahwa pameran keliling ini tiba di Indonesia dan di Jakarta. Ini luar biasa. Menurut saya ini a golden opportunity for those yang mengenal dan tahu sejarahnya. Namun bagi mereka yang mungkin tidak tahu sejarahnya, saya percaya ketika mereka datang ke sini melihat karya-karya Raffaello, pastilah mereka akan tergugah. Mengapa? Karena karya-karya Raffaello ini langsung bisa kita lihat walaupun kau tidak pernah sekolah seni rupa. Pertama, di situ ada teknik yang sangat tinggi, ya, luar biasa. Karena semua seniman, semua awam tahu bahwa seniman itu memerlukan keahlian teknik dalam proses eksekusi. Semua orang juga tahu bahwa seniman itu selalu menghadirkan karya-karyanya karena sebuah gagasan, ya, atau karena sebuah inspirasi yang bisa menggugah para pemirsanya, ya, atau bisa membuat para pemirsanya memiliki daya untuk membangunkan potensi asosiasinya terhadap banyak hal ketika mereka melihat sebuah karya gitu. Oleh karena itu saya pikir pameran ini luar biasa, persis seperti Anda sampaikan langka. Yes, betul, kita seharusnya sangat berterima kasih kepada Direktur Pusat Kebudayaan Italia, Ibu Maria, dan juga tentu kepada ambasador. Dan ini adalah peluang yang luar biasa. Kawan-kawan jurnalis harusnya datang melihat sendiri langsung, dan ini pameran yang memberikan semacam cara memamerkan yang sangat cermat, jitu, dan memandang bahwa setiap pameran maestro itu adalah sebuah pengetahuan. Jadi dia dikemas dengan luar biasa bertanggung jawab, semua dilengkapi sesuai dengan bagaimana seorang kurator melihat bahwa maestro itu adalah sebuah pengetahuan. Jadi dia menatanya dengan baik. Karya-karyanya mengcover tema-tema yang dikerjakan oleh Raffael. Kita bisa melihat perbedaannya. Kemudian juga dia menerangkan bagaimana Raffael melakukan eksplorasi tentang perspektif. Dia menghidupkan kembali kekuatan daya perspektif itu di dalam karya dua dimensi seperti lukisan.
Bu, sedikit aja Bu, untuk gambaran. Bisa dijelaskan nggak ini karya Renaissance itu ciri khasnya seperti apa ya Bu ya? Supaya kan beliau kan maestro di zaman Renaissance Ibu.
Ya.
Supaya pemirsa atau teman-teman media juga bisa ngerti, oh Renaissance itu yang kayak gini.
Sebenarnya sih gampang banget untuk diketahui, baca di internet juga
bisa lihat ya.
Bisa lihat gitu. Tapi karena Anda bertanya kepada saya, ya saya harus menjawab gitu. Karya Renaissance itu kalau melihat artinya dia adalah kelahiran kembali ya. Jadi ada masa jaya di belakang, yaitu masa keindahan mungkin barangkali kita lihat sebelum Renaissance gitu ya. Salah satunya masa kejayaan di mana bangsa Romawi menghidupkan kembali patung-patung Yunani gitu ya. Mereka kemudian memiliki eranya sendiri yang dikenal dengan patung-patung Romawi itu luar biasa hebatnya gitu. Keindahan proporsi dan yang lain-lain gitu. Dan juga bahwa Renaissance itu kenapa dianggap kelahiran kembali, karena seluruh pengetahuan tentang proporsi, tentang perspektif itu mendapatkan temuan baru ya, sebagai gagasan gitu. Jadi kita bisa lihat bagaimana Giotto meneruskan Masaccio dan Raffael meneruskan Giotto gitu. Jadi kita bisa lihat yang penemu perspektif kan Masaccio kan, dan kemudian dikembangkan, dan kemudian Raffael juga mengembangkan sehingga dia memiliki dua daya inspirasi yang dia temukan bagaimana dia melakukan eksplorasi terhadap perspektif.
Luar biasa Bu. Kalau mau tahu lebih lanjut, teman-teman mesti datang ke Ciputra Artpreneur sini ya Bu ya.
Iyalah harus melihat ini sangat langka. We are grateful ya. Kita sangat beruntung, mungkin tidak akan pernah lagi kita menemui pameran master dunia ya. Master dunia, salah satu tokoh seni modern dunia. Ya.
Oke, terima kasih Bu Dolorosa. Saya akan ke Michaela. Hi Michaela, can you hear me? Hi, Michaela. This is a masterpiece of 500 years, and we can still enjoy it until today. And you are as an art restorer. Can you explain how to restore this so that we can enjoy it right after 500 years? And what is the process? Michael, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Maybe you're still muted. Masih mute? Are you still muted? No? Hello? Unfortunately, I cannot hear you. Can, can we try one more time? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
So, did you hear my question?
Yeah, I hear everything. So I was saying that, yeah, I think it's great to have this exhibition in Jakarta because it's very educational. And lately, I really push to say that in Indonesia we need more and more to learn art history. So this is a great basic step that we can take to start to learn art history from closer. And also I want to highlight the fact that actually if in Italy we didn't have conservator and restorer like professional people, we couldn't enjoy Raffaello nowadays. Can you hear me, Chandra?
Yes, I can.
So, from my point of view, it's great that we had such a strong culture in Italy for conservation and restoration. Personally, I never been involved, or not yet, as we say in Indonesia, blue, for the restoration of Raffaello in Italy, but I have friends that were involved in some project of Raffaello restoration. I know that it was a long process because over the century there was always somebody taking care. And I think from the 1975, when we started to have a more strong scientific side also, beside the restoration, I know that some paintings of Raffaello, they undergo a new restoration project with more sophisticated scientific research also. I think one of the last one was from the deposition in 2019, just before the pandemic, that basically is a monitoring to preserve it for the future generations. So maybe in March we can have a workshop about the conservation of the masterpiece of this maestro from Renaissance. Also, I like to invite all the people in Indonesia to go to Jakarta to visit the exhibition because I was there the other day in Cultura Gallery to see when they set up, the final setup, to get an idea of the exhibition. I think it's great because also from the educational point of view, we can see also the surrounding of Raffaello, not only about Raffaello, right? Like there is also some history about the people around him and the other artists that were like somehow they were competitors. And then also I know that Raffaello, he passed away when he was still very young, but his contribution to art was inspiring a lot of artists after him. A lot of great maestro after him, they took like inspiration from him. So I think it's really good. And one of the, before you were talking about like the drawing cons, I would like to say to people, don't forget to bring the earphones when they go to see the exhibition because the app is great. And if you have the earphone, you can really enjoy at the back.
Thank you very much for the tips. And thank you very much for the insights on the restoration. Ibu Dolorosa, terima kasih banyak atas penjelasannya tadi dan terima kasih banyak kepada semua narasumber kita pada hari ini, rekan-rekan media semua. Kami menantikan kunjungan rekan-rekan media untuk menyaksikan keindahan mahakarya Raffael di pameran Magister Raffaelo yang mulai dibuka untuk umum mulai besok 25 Februari 2022 hingga 31 Maret 2022 dari Selasa sampai hari Minggu jam 11 sampai jam 20.00 WIB karena hari Seninnya selalu tutup. Jangan lupa untuk mengunduh aplikasi Magister Art untuk dapat mendengarkan penjelasan lengkap setiap karya di 6 area tematik. Tetap menjalankan protokol kesehatan saat kunjungan seperti menggunakan masker, menjaga jarak, dan mencuci tangan. Dan bagi rekan-rekan media yang hendak mengambil gambar saat kunjungan, kami menghimbau agar selalu mematuhi tata cara pengambilan gambar yang disediakan oleh Magister Art, antara lain didampingi oleh staf pameran, menghindari pengambilan gambar karya seni secara close up. Rekan-rekan media diperbolehkan mengambil gambar suasana umum saat pameran atau foto pengunjung yang tengah menikmati karya seni Raffael di semua area, kecuali di area 4 atau area Papal Apartments, karena di sana semua foto dan video dilarang. Oh, bukan cuma 4 ya, 4 dan 5 ya. Oh, ini ada tambahan dicontekan, 4 dan 5. Informasi lengkap tentang tata cara pengambilan gambar disertakan dalam press kit yang akan dibagikan setelah press conference. Dan dengan demikian, selesailah sudah virtual press conference kita pada hari ini. Kami nantikan kehadiran rekan-rekan media di pameran Magister Raffaelo di Ciputra Advener. Saya Loris Chandra, mohon pamit, terima kasih dan sampai jumpa di Ciputra Advener. Selamat sore.